Alright, let me kill this music. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Hey, Kroll, welcome. I saw your hello. I said hi in the chat. Hopefully you saw it. If you see my face and it looks all red and screwed up, it's because I literally spent more than the equivalent of a day and a half in the sun over the weekend. And my face is fucked because of it. So, fun times. So, hopefully everybody can hear me okay. My volume is alright, hopefully. So, quick announcement. We got the sponsor down below, Shockbait Gaming Servers, so please check that out when you get a chance. They got a bunch of games on there, including Starbound now. Then we got our artists, which we are currently supporting because one of them got screwed over by DCMA stuff, and the other needs help, essentially, whenever you can. So here's the artists. I'm doing good, just tired and hungry. Dude, I get that. That was this weekend for me. I was like, fuck, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I just want to go home. Fuck this shit. Actually, speaking of which, where's that sound effect? I want to play that sound effect now. I'm probably going to get a copyright claim, but fuck it. Yeah, this was me.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know.
Yep, that was me. I wanted to be like, fuck this, I'm out. But I worked 16 hours Friday, 14 hours Saturday, and 12 hours Sunday in the sun. I started at 6:30 in the morning, and I didn't stop until 9:30 at night on Friday, and then subsequently earlier times on the other days, which required me to wake up in order to get to work at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning, yeah. So with me today is Candid Camera.
Hello.
Yeah, by the way, in order to get to the work on the weekend,
Run.
dude. No, Carl played run. Yeah, he's like, run, man, run. In order to get to work on the weekends, I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yikes.
And I didn't get to go to bed. Yeah, camera's here. I didn't get to go to bed until 9. No, I left at work at 9:30. I didn't get home until 10:30. Like, or at least in bed until 10:30.
Yep.
And that was the earliest I could get into bed. Saturday, I got a little later because my legs were killing me so bad that I slipped into the tub and just loaded it with Epsom salts. Oh, speaking of Anne, she's doing things in the background.
By kissing their boo-boos and slapping the bitch who made the boo-boo.
That Anne's there. She's working on garden shit. So we're just kind of waiting on Ramen. He's supposed to be on his way.
Welcome, traveler.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna fuck this up. Dest XD 2011. Hey, showing Smurf love. Alright, I'm gonna note that down that we got someone from the Smurf Village. Dest XD 2011. Alright. Thank you, man. Welcome. Welcome to the tavern. There's my mug. Grab yourself a mug of ale, pull up a chair, and enjoy the tales we tell here. So, I sent you those videos earlier. Gamera. And we're going to go into more detail about it tomorrow, but, like, the second video, I didn't mind, like, what she was saying so much as how she was saying it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you got a chance to look at them.
I did. And
you know, if someone is saying, "Hey, I want to, you know, make these tweaks to fifth edition," and someone says, "Oh, you just play Pathfinder," it could be a valid response to say, "Well, we want to fix fifth edition," but based on the first video, dude doesn't want to fix fifth edition; he wants to replace it.
Yeah, and not just that, but also at the same time, it was like his complaints that he had about fifth edition. It was just like, even in my brain, I was going, "This sounds like he just wants to play Pathfinder."
Right. There's a big part of that. Yeah, yeah.
And that's what went through my brain at first, and I was just like, "Wait a minute." And I was like, and then the guy was like, "Or just play Pathfinder," and then she made that snide comments and stuff like that. I'd say the worst part of her video for me, though, was the very end where she's like, "Do better."
Yeah. Right back at you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no. Like, and with TikTok, you can't make very long comments. So I'm like sitting there going like, I kind of want to point out how shitty this tone is, but I can't do it without sounding like an asshole.
Yeah.
Because, like, the comments are just so short. And it's like, damn it. And with my face all screwed up as it is, I don't want to make a video. I hear an alarm. No, you hear crickets. Because this is the game we're playing today. Is Minecraft. It's nighttime, you hear crickets. Chirp, chirp. Somewhere around here is a cricket. I could kill it, but I don't feel like it. So there was that. But I also watched, I'm not sure if you watched his other videos where he started working on his new game.
No, I just watched the one you linked to me and then the
yeah,
commentary.
It's got some issues. Anne says it's just plain up stupid. But I'm sitting there going like, I really hope he does better later, because he makes some rather big changes. And I feel like they come from a place of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say ignorance. That's not the right word.
I mean, that can be the right word.
I would say lack of cultural totality.
Okay.
Because, like, one example he uses is he wants to rewrite knowledge. And I'm like, okay, I can see where having issues with knowledge is a bad thing. But his complaint was, there was a wizard and a barbarian, alright? And they're both rolling a knowledge skill. The wizard rolls poorly and the barbarian rolls well. The wizard has spent all his life, he says, the wizard spent all his life in college, reading books, studying, and he doesn't know the thing, but yet the barbarian, when the only time he's ever picked up a book was to burn it, knows the thing. And he goes, that makes no sense to me. And I'm like sitting there going, that doesn't track, man, because there are some cultures that are oral.
Sure.
And
that's part of it.
That's part of it. And another part of knowledge is experience.
Sure.
Like, maybe the barbarian ran into a form of magic from another magic user that he had to fight.
Right. But I think we're missing the big problem here, which is this is a game with dice.
Yeah. Well, no, like what he wants to do is he's gonna reform knowledge into like the tool sets.
Okay.
Yeah, Kroll's like, but you understood what I meant. Those crickets sound like alarms. Yeah, those crickets do sound like alarms. Like I have expected to like hear that one day and wake up and go, what? No, he wants to reset on his tools and then basically put knowledge into categories of common, uncommon, specialized, and then esoteric or something. And unless you have like the requisite training, you can't get to the higher forms. And like with esoteric, you have to have like the skill expertise or something to get there.
Cool, but that just sounds like a messy nightmare.
I'm even looking at it going, that doesn't take into account like the oddball characters who have gotten knowledge not through standard training means.
Yeah.
Like the construction worker who's worked construction most of his life, and ergo he's learned engineering by literally doing his job. Like, he may not have studied engineering manuals, but he knows that if you put, like, beams at X angles and shit, it builds house.
Yeah.
Which is engineering knowledge. So it's like, that's part of what that die roll is also to represent in 5th Ed, because it all 5th Ed is stat plus die roll for most time, with occasional proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
And
the curve is very flattened in 5th edition to kind of equalize a lot of abilities. That's an intentional design choice, but it does mean that your thief is marginally better at picking locks than someone who isn't trained in the lock-picking toolkit. It does mean that the dice can have them succeed and you fail.
and that happens.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. And that's one thing is like, he's missing this. Another thing he took out was he combined intelligence and wisdom into a single stat.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, and his reasoning behind it was, you are absorbing information from the outside with this stat. And I think it was acuity is what he calls it, acuity. With acuity, you're absorbing information from the outside, and with charisma, you're presenting information to the outside. And I'm like, that is way oversimplifying things, and there are different ways you can absorb information.
Yes. And also, wisdom is willpower in 5th edition. So what does that got to do with absorbing information?
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure how that works. I think he's wrapping acuity and willpower together. He also got rid of con and wrapped it into strength. Con saves into strength.
I mean, I've seen systems that do physical stats differently, like you have a unified physical stat, but at that point, you're not bothering to redesign 5th edition, you're making a new game.
Yeah.
You might roll a d20 in that game, but it's not 5th edition.
Yeah. And
So
his reasoning behind it was, he goes, con really does nothing, he says. It doesn't affect anything other than your HP and and the con save. And I'm like, I'm sitting there in my head going, he's really underestimating how much that con save does.
Yeah.
What like as Ann, I'm not sure if you just heard what Ann said.
Just a word or two.
She goes, and how well a good DM knows how to use a con save.
Yeah, I mean,
You had to roll con for bullshit.
he says con does nothing, but yet there's entire, just reams of memes about, making con your dump stat being a bad idea.
Yeah. It's because he's like, oh, if you make, because he's like, if you make con your main stat, all you are is a wall. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with having a wall as a character sometimes.
Mom.
Yeah, and isn't there a flavor of warlock that uses con or something?
I don't know, maybe? I'll have to look into it. I know there's a flavor of fighter that used to, and that was Stalwart Defender.
Well, and in previous editions, we had
Yeah.
stuff like Pathfinder. I know you had con-based casters and some of the scions and kineticists.
Yeah. And then we also have Blood, what is it called? Blood Hunter. And Blood Hunter uses con a lot.
Right.
So it's like, what are you going to do with Blood Hunter? And as much as it's not a main class, because, Wizards has never officially acknowledged it as a main class, most DMs treat it as one.
Yeah.
It's become so popular, it pretty much is a main class. So it's like, and Blood Hunter is a con class. So I'm like sitting there going, what are you going to do with this? Like, you can't roll it into strength. That's kind of dumb.
And of course, con used to be very important for barbarians.
Yeah.
Still handy for them. But yeah, I mean, Constitution doesn't have any skills associated with it. But
That
that's
was
been true for a long time, except concentration in some versions. And that's okay. It gives you hit points. It gives you fortitude saves or constitution saves in 5th edition. It's a very important stat that benefits everybody. Like I said, there are jokes about making con your dump stat and how bad an idea that is.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just sitting there going like, I feel like, and he claims he's been playing since 3.5, and I'm like sitting there going, what games have you been playing? What is your? I want to ask him his experience. Like, I actually made a little reply video to him on TikTok, and I invited him to come talk at some point and be like, I would love to have him explain things. Like, where's your experience? Like, what happened, and where do you plan on going with this?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen his detailed video. I'm just going on what you're telling me. But in his first video, it was so wrong-headed from the jump that I was just like, why are we even having this discussion?
Yeah.
Because you can't do something special with a Nothic's eyeball, therefore 5th edition is broken. That's a big leap.
Well, not just that. I think his biggest complaint is 5th Ed didn't have a crafting system.
It doesn't, but you know what else doesn't have a crafting system? 99% of the role-playing games out there.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, let's think about it. All right, Pathfinder does. 3.5 did. And 3.5's crafting system was heavily expanded thanks to Eberron.
Well, I mean, basically, Dungeons & Dragons introduced kind of hardcore specific rules for crafting with 3rd edition. There were, rules for vaguely making magic items that were, okay, you pay the experience points and the gold, you get a magic item. If it's a golem, you have to know these spells. But they were really loosey-goosey in, 1st and 2nd edition.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I remember, in 2nd edition, we were, looking at the DM, and the DM more often than not was like, I'll figure something out.
Yeah. But most game systems that I've played and am playing, your crafting system is either it's a point buy system, so if you're crafting an item, you just spend the points for the item, and you get a discount since it's an item and can be taken away from you. Or B, it's something like Call of Cthulhu, where you don't craft things. Yeah.
It's saying there's no flowers, but I literally have dandelions all around this fucking thing.
Are they vanilla Minecraft dandelions?
Yeah.
Daniel!
But it's also the nether.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be using.
You're raising bees in the nether?
Yeah, because this breed of bee has to be raised in the nether.
Do you want to try mushrooms, maybe?
Flower type nether. It says flower type nether.
I mean, there are, I think, some flowers that do grow in the nether, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I've seen some mushrooms. All I see is mushrooms.
It depends on the biome. Occasionally you'll run across packs of flowers.
Apparently I need a flower. This worked before. What the fuck is going on here?
You've tried mushrooms and it's not taking the error message away?
No, I mean, the setup I had before with Sinister Bees worked. And now it's not.
Okay.
It's saying no flowers. I also have a cactus here.
Okay.
Maybe try moving some mushrooms nearby, maybe?
Say, yeah, try that.
We're going to give that a try. We're going to grab some mushrooms of different varieties.
Yep.
Alright, let's see if that works. Is that working? Nope. Okay. What in the name of hell? Sinister bee flower. Yeah. Nether wart.
Danny?
Ah.
That's what it requires. Nether wart. Okay. That can be fixed. And that requires soul sand, I believe. If memory serves. Put one in the center here. The hell? Uh-oh, planet. What? How did I not have that achievement? Okay, now they're happy. Though the modest queen says it's too hot. That could be a problem.
Danny, go to bed!
For fuck's sake. Alright, so I need sinister. I need a sinister queen. Or a sinister princess and a mod. I know I have a modest drone. Please tell me I have a modest drone. Yeah, I have modest drones. Thank God. And I'll put the modest queen in here for later. Because I need these things to breed into the next level, which is frugal. I'm hoping Ramen gets here soon.
Yeah, me too.
He said he took the day off. Well, come on, dude. I just basically pinged him.
Okay.
I was like, "Are you okay, old man?"
Danny?
For fuck's sake. Danny and Rose have been acting up recently.
Yeah.
Like, real bad.
Is ramen online?
Danny got into a house. Our neighbor's house.
So he's just gone straight up criminal then.
Yeah, don't worry, the neighbor didn't take it personally. She basically made the comment that kids do stupid shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. It was like, God damn it. Wow, my greatwood tree has grown beautifully. If I ever wanted to chop it down, I'd get a shit ton of wood out of it. Alright. Oh. Oh boy. It's another day. I had to shut down my random bee production facility. But I did have to set up another bee facility elsewhere. Other than hell. That's this variation of the world. The desert. Why does it say no flowers? You have cactus around you. That's what you feed off of, you.
Leave your damn door open! No bathroom! Stay out!
gonna get really old really quick. Oh, it requires flowers. Oh, I supposed to put flowers in a fucking desert.
There are those little cinder blooms, I think, that
They
will
don't
bloom.
count.
Oh.
Let me give it a try. See what happens. Do you count? Nope. I mean, there's this little green area over here. It has flowers in it. Because it's a jungle thing. I might just do that.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Kroll's like, yeah, F this, I'm out. And it's just, god damn it, I'm gonna have to, I don't want to have to remake all these, so I'm just gonna just spawn them.
Leave it open.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's taken care of. Then I can just put these guys in. There's flowers nearby. What the fuck, man?
Don't you dare shut that door.
God damn it.
Get your ass back in bed. Now.
I swear these kids want to get themselves offed at some point.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
It's like a thing, I swear.
Leave your door open.
Hottest, lifespan short, flower type flowers. Yeah, I know. Like,
Your door's not open, I'm gonna bust your ass. Because he hasn't done this to his room.
come on, can I please just get
Get your ass there.
flowers? Please. Okay, so the flowers are working. Thank you, gods. About damn time. They were saying they weren't working. I was like, come on. Let me some black here. Oh, man. Alright, so we got all the modest bees in. And they're going to mass produce. What is this? It's got some stuff in it, but nothing I really care about. And we got a couple snakes. Snakes. Why does it always have to be snakes? And I think this is quicksand. Yep, that's quicksand. Hooray. Alright. Back to my house. Robin, where are you? If he keeps getting late like this, I'm just tempted to say screw it and we'll kill it without him. I don't want to.
Knock it off, Rose.
So the weapons I plan on bringing are the Blade of the Dreaded Queen. I have my Supremium Arrow and Elementium Longbow still. The
Nice.
Aronite. I also have an Aronite sword. I still have the attack wand, the healer wand,
Knock it off, Rose.
and that's about it.
You're doing it on purpose.
What is she going off about now?
She got her ass whooped because she shredded a bunch of paper in her bedroom and then tried to clog her toilet worse. And now she's trying to make herself puke.
Oh my god.
Knock it off! You're doing it to yourself! You're fine!
Give me a moment, please.
Sure.
Welcome, traveler.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm back. Thank you Xbox PlayStation for the lurk. I appreciate that, man. Sorry about that, I had to go take care of the daughter. She was having issues. And it was not going well. Wonder what happened to Ramen.
Yeah, my speculation is that maybe he's got bad weather locally or something.
That's a possibility. And this was the only day he had off, so...
We'll give him a little more time, and if we don't see him, then we can either put it off, or we can go ahead and whack the boss, and...
At this point, I say go ahead and whack the boss.
Alright, I will happily agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, the dude's a fun guy and all, but we've put this off long enough.
Yeah, I think I would love to wrap up Minecraft, at least for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been kind of a problem we've had. And we could play, I don't know, Starbound or something after this.
Yeah. I actually just started a new round of Stellaris.
Ah.
I decided to try Iron Man mode with a random race.
Oh. We could always do multiplayer Stellaris.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got my hands on Overlord.
Yes, I think I went ahead and bought that, and then I noticed after I bought the latest stuff that I don't have Megacorp. I need to go back and buy Megacorp.
Ah, yeah, Megacorp's good. I would say, though, I don't know if I'm gonna play with mods.
The mods, honestly, a lot of the stuff that I wanted mods for quality of life stuff, I think they've added to the game.
That's fair.
But yeah, I
If anything, the only thing I would add mods for are symbols, maybe some racial traits,
yeah.
and maybe that's about it.
Yeah.
And maybe some ship aesthetics. And that's maybe it.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of the big mods are now become like total conversion packs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Star Trek one. Which, oh, by the way, I finished Picard.
Oh, what'd you think?
The end of season 2 was not terrible.
Mm.
I was expecting it to kind of, the way they were building it up, to either go the way of the best of, not the best of both worlds. God, what was the last episode of Next Gen? I know the name.
All Good Things.
All Good Things. It was either going to go the way of All Good Things, or it was going to crash and burn like in a giant fireball. But it kind of met somewhere in the middle. And that was kind of a pleasant surprise. And I know you've seen it.
I haven't seen all of season 2 yet, so I mean, I know a lot of the plot points, but yeah, I haven't watched season 2 yet. I actually just finished catching up on Hawkeye from Marvel, and then I'm working on Stargirl from DC Television. Once I finish that, I might go do Moon Knight, and then circle back around to Picard.
Yeah. But supposedly they're making a season 3 of Picard and a season 5 of Discovery.
Yes, season 3 of Picard is going to have the next gen cast back.
Yep. And I love what they did with Wesley.
Yes, I saw the clip of his appearance.
Yeah. That was a good way to bring him back.
Yes, I've always been a fan of Wesley, despite some folks not caring for him. So it's nice to see him in that context.
Well, not just that, but it still fit his personality, but in a much more mature way. It felt like a mature Wesley Crusher to me. And I liked that. That was cool. And I liked what they did with Girardi. That was a good movement for her.
Yep.
Though that did cause a bit of a discussion online for a while. I think you've seen clips though.
I know some of what goes on with her. I
All right.
actually haven't seen the clips, but I've read summaries.
All right, so you know that she got absorbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the resolution of her thing did raise the question: can the Borg join the Federation?
Yes.
And I would say yes and no. The Borg from, like, say, Next Gen, Voyager, that kind of Borg, cannot.
No.
But, like, if you're looking at the, what was it called? The Cooperative, or the, whatever the Borg and Rebellion were called, I can't remember their names, from Voyager.
Yeah.
I could see them totally joining the Federation.
Sure.
They have their individuality. They don't enslave others. They only assimilate those who are willing to join them.
Yes.
That sounds like something the Federation would be all down for.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I think a good long-term Stellaris game might be a good thing for the opposing multiplayer Monday, once we're done with Minecraft.
I would definitely be down for that. I'm enjoying getting back into it.
I'd have to relearn a lot.
There are some changes.
Oh yeah, I've watched the Templin Institute play it through 3 seasons. Or 2 seasons, sorry. And I've noticed major changes just between the 2 seasons, and I've watched other people like mess around with various things, and I'm like, oh my god, there are so many changes.
Yep.
I mean, and I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them were like, I feel like Paradox Studios noticed the main mods that were being grabbed and said, let's add these to our game. Like, I feel like that's what they noticed. It's very different than the company that runs Subnautica. I'm trying to remember the name of that company.
No idea.
Give me a second. I'm looking it up right now because I have it in my Steam. Under Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Because the problem with Unknown Worlds Entertainment is they ignore their most downloaded mod. Completely. They don't like it. They say it doesn't fit their vision.
Weird.
It shouldn't be damned, it's what's popular.
Yeah, their most downloaded mod for Subnautica, by the way, is the multiplayer mod. They're like,
makes sense.
They're like, this game is supposed to be all about isolation and, you know, becoming one with your surroundings, da da da. And I'm like sitting there going, you could still have that effect with a friend. Like, you can still accomplish the same beats of the story with a buddy.
Yeah.
You don't have to go all, you know, God, what's the name of that Tom Hanks movie? Castaway.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to go full Castaway to get that same story beat. You can do it with just a couple of people, especially if you limit it to like 2 to 4.
Well, I think trying to enforce a vibe for your game is a little silly. People enjoy what they enjoy the way they enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if someone wants to play Call of Cthulhu and make it a silly game, more power to them. I might not necessarily enjoy that. And again, I might. But I don't think the rules should, you know, basically say, if you do it this way, it's wrong.
Yeah, like ban you. Boo this man! Boo!
So yeah, I don't think that there's a wrong way to enjoy the game. You know, I'm very much in favor of, if I'm playing a single player game and I want to use a console cheat, I'm going to use a console cheat. Someone facehugger yet?
Yeah! Thank you, Squiggly. Squiggly, is your apartment still trying to bake you to death? Because last time I heard from you, that's what was going on. No, Squiggly's apartment is the 3rd floor, I think, of an apartment building. He's the roof apartment, and it's black shingles.
Nice. So
And I think
all that solar energy.
all that solar energy, and I think they gave him like 1 window unit to cool the whole damn place.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, 76 degrees, not as bad as yesterday. Thank God. Thank the gods for that. Oh my God. Now, if I do Stellaris again, I may not go for an Empire. I may try a Mega Conglomerate and let you do the Empire.
Sure.
Like, let you spread and destroy and all that jazz. And I'm like, here, let me sell you some shit.
I will say that the random civilization that I got handed by the game They're rock people. They're xenophobic materialists,
Oof.
and they don't eat food.
No, they eat minerals.
Minerals, and they have alternative uses for food, like bioreactors and catalyzing them into alloys and shit. So that's kind of cool that it doesn't make the resource useless.
Yeah, that's the lithivores.
Yeah.
The lithivores are kind of an interesting thing. Because I've done an AI race, but that was with a mod. That was before Synthetic Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And I conquered the galaxy that way. I've done a peaceful psychic race and won that way. But I haven't interacted with the giant galactic politics yet.
Mm-hmm.
That was new before I got to interact with that. So I'm like, ooh, that could be fun. So that's kind of like why I want to go conglomerate. I want to have enough resources with, you know, the conglomerate to basically go, here, let me bribe you.
Yes.
I don't think we're getting ramen.
No, I don't believe we are.
Alright, who are we killing?
We've got Baphomet, and we've got the giant tentacle. Give me a second to stop by my house to drop off some fruit I was harvesting, and then we can meet at Thunderdome.
Yep. And I gotta... Let me collect some food and get back into creative mode. Not creative mode. Survival mode.
Right.
Because I gotta get my hearts back up to blue. Alright, let's see. Assisted. Alright.
Oh, and I'll go ahead and... Actually, we'll leave at night, because I'm invisible at night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so am I. I have the same cloak.
That cloak is just the best thing.
The cloak is broken. Now,
yeah.
You saw in that guy's video, by the way, that he was talking about the invisibility cloak.
Yes, and that was another point that I thought he was being ridiculous. Like, oh, it's just, 2 castings of a 2nd level spell, and it's for 17th level characters. You missed the big point there, buddy. Because if you cast that spell, you have to concentrate on it and maintain concentration, and can't cast other things that require concentration. With the cloak, you don't.
And that helps a lot. That's a lot of action economy you don't have to worry about.
Well, there's so many things in 5th edition that involve concentration, and it's just like, it's wonderful to have something that doesn't. That's value. And it's not just 2 castings, it's 2 hours of invisibility that you can break up at the minute level every day.
Yeah.
So I think that granularity is also valuable. But no, homie was trying to make his point as hard as he could, try and sell people on his custom game. So he had to exaggerate all the stuff. So, I mean,
where the fuck is that? Okay, whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm sold on his idea because he's got a lot of flaws.
Oh yeah.
And that's something I definitely want to pull him in on, though, and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Get an idea of what exactly you're trying to do.
Yep.
Because it's like, come on, man. I think I got enough food. Got a couple things of yogurt. I'll grab some.
I honestly think this is going to be faster than we expect.
Yeah, kind of like what was it, the Gaia Guardian, where we were like sitting there going, oh god, the reading of this was like freaking horrifying. But then
You went and did it, and it was like, this is a walk in the park.
yeah, we went and did it. We just fucking stomped his ass.
Yep.
Let's see, we got home, Aurorian. Oh, yeah, your Thunderdome is strictly on you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
an
mean,
idiot.
it doesn't have a waystone. It's just a waypoint.
I need to go back to my house for a second.
And Thunderdome is directly south of my place.
I have to interact with the table.
Oh, to activate your power armor stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, the only problem I see, though, is, like, I paid for the server for a year. And sadly, the Stellaris won't use the server.
True, we could try to find some other game that would be able to use it.
Honestly, I would just say go with, a lighter pack, and open it up to, like, a bunch of people. And then,
Okay.
like, check in on it, like, once a month. You know what I mean?
Could do.
And see what the people do with it. Alright, and you said Thunderdome is south of you?
Yeah, just go to my place and
Yep.
head directly south.
Oh, there it is. Because there's the Gaia Guardian thing.
Yeah, the Gaia Guardian thing is a little off-center from it, but...
Yep, there's
So instead
Thunderdome.
of having 16 rose bushes, they need one of these for each bush and each tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the Brisk Twilight Cloak.
Nice.
So we invisible.
What did my Twilight Cloak get? Hasty. Bonus speed.
How much? I got 1%.
3%.
Ah, nice. Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna start with Baphomet.
Alright, let's kill a demon. Let's do this.
Huh? Want a bite before you start?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Those are some Minecraft boobies.
Oh, he pulls me towards him.
Ooh!
You are not
When you
pledged
hit
to
him.
Baphomet. Oh, hi there.
Spawned some little wormies, but, yeah.
I didn't take
Basically-
any damage.
Yeah, I think I got hit and took no damage once.
Yeah, same here. He hit me with withering, and that was it.
Yep. Alright. So, that was about as easy as I was kind of thinking it was.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, okay.
So next I have a Morb with a giant tentacle, which is our final bounty.
Alright, so this thing... I need to shoot it once, and then you just need to kill it as quickly as you can, because otherwise it will spread taint.
Okay, so... yeah.
Alright, I got my bow drawn.
Ooh!
Alright, kill it!
Alright. Well, it's more durable than Baphomet.
That's something.
Instead of, like, taking 3 hits, it took 12, 14.
Oh, hi. Probably piss off. A little ball was following me around.
I got a Primordial Pearl from Thaumcraft from that.
Book of Sealed Evil.
Oh, the box of Sealed Evil or a book?
A book.
I don't think I've seen the book.
Oh no, it's a box. 7 boxes of Sealed Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's open up these boxes and see what I get. And I have a gold Baphomet statue now.
Nice.
Alright. What did that do?
I don't see anything.
Alright, nothing
Might
happened.
not-
Oh, I got a glove. Fortune's favor. Nothing. Nothing. What the...
Woo!
What was that?
It was a pile of treasure, including 2 gold bars, a A capsule, some obsidian boots of hell, an iron halberd, 2 copper ingots, a desert acacia
Oh, hi there.
sapling, an amethyst. Nothing like crazy.
Yeah, that was a ghost. What the fuck? Okay. Nano saber. Oh, nice. A naga. Some sort of caduceus. Blue castle door. And a rock cutter. Okay.
I got a demon contract.
You probably should not mess with that.
No, I think it's the one that gives you fire resistance anyway, and I'm like basically immune to fire at this point. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I did get a bag with an uncommon treasure from Thomcraft, so I'm gonna see what that's about. Gave me a lingering potion of diamond skin, some gold nuggets, splash potion of cursing, lingering potion of harming, some emeralds, basically a bunch of potions.
Staff of traveling.
Cool.
Nether star. Okay. So, I think we've completed everything, haven't we?
I believe we have. I'm
Uh-huh.
putting some stuff away here, and then I'm going to see what's the quest tree look like. All right, so quest rewards. Nether Star, block of emerald, block of diamond, black market cash, and 500 for the giant tentacle.
I mean,
And
the only thing
then-
I have left is the damn bees, but I don't feel like I could need to do that on stream.
No, I mean, it's not terribly exciting content.
No, it's just like... It's like, oh, this is kind of dumb.
My box is
Do
sealed
I even have
evil.
Stellaris installed? Probably not. No, I kind of uninstalled it a while back.
Let's see. So that
Yeah,
didn't
I uninstalled
unlock?
it, so I'll need to reinstall it. So let me do that.
It unlocked blaze seeds for us, so now we can get blaze seeds.
Yeah, like we ever fucking need that now.
Yeah, we're pretty much good. And then player shop. I forget what we weren't able to sell before. Oh, redstone. I believe redstone was what unlocked. So now we can sell large quantities of redstone.
Yay.
So yes. Ooh, the rain's hitting here.
What?
Rain. It's just showed back up here.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna zip home and dump some things into various appropriate crates.
I just put in my ME system.
Some things I don't. Like, I don't put potions in my ME system. I've got a crate for those.
That's fair. I mean, my ME system's so insane that it's just fucking bananas. Oh, by the way, not sure if you noticed this.
A giant house.
Yeah, over the house, over the trees.
Yes, I chipped off a few planks of wood from it a while back, actually.
Oh, I noticed. It's off the roof.
I forget what I was looking for varieties of wood for.
We also have a block of ice over here
Nice.
for some reason. Because I was messing with the random shit.
Yeah.
So there's that. Whoa, what the? I cannot see what I'm doing. Oh, there it goes. There's your house. Everything wasn't spawning in. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sometimes there's a little tiny delay.
Alright. So, while I'm doing this, let us get a tour of your house for, the last episode, because this is probably going to be the last episode of Minecraft.
Right on. So I'll come upstairs to lead the tour.
I'm right at your door.
Ah, well.
Or do you want me outside and come in?
Which door were you at?
I'm right behind you.
Oh, you were behind me when I was downstairs.
Oh, you're not downstairs?
No, I went outside.
Oh, the game has not updated.
I'm.
Oh,
We might
Jesus.
have a little desync problem
Yeah, I just suddenly teleported.
because I see you as slightly northeast of my place, like you
Yeah,
were on
and
your
it
way
keeps
back.
teleporting me to the same spot over and over and over again. Okay, can you please stop, game? I think I'm gonna have to
Okay.
disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, I see you. You were pressed up against with your face against a tree,
Yeah,
literally tree hugging.
yeah, and my game is now having a hissy fit.
That's okay. I will prepare for the tour.
Yep, yep, yep. As soon as it lets me back in. Mm. Please, game, do not crash.
No crashy.
There we go. All right, rejoined.
Excellent.
And then I'll do a tour of Anne's house. I'll do a tour of Ramen's house, and then I'll show off my house.
Yeah,
Kind of what we did in the 112.2 server.
absolutely.
Everything we accomplished and all that.
Say goodbye to Minecraft Eternal. At least for now.
Yeah, we will have to sit down and do our video later.
Yeah. And of course, down the road, if they release MC Eternal 2 and it looks good, we can always try that version.
Yeah, if it looks good. That's the kicker. It's got to be
Well,
good.
I'm hoping they learn some lessons.
I hope. That is my big thing. Oh. Sarah taking its sweet time logging back in. There we go.
Ah, yes, I see you on the map again.
I have a square that's not loading. I may just wish to pause that for now until we've gotten to the point where I can just tell it to download later.
Okay, I see you by the tree.
Alright.
Ah, and you're moving amongst the graves.
Yeah. Oh, there's Atlantis.
Yes. So yeah, going for the big tour, we have the portal row with the Ratlantian portal. We've got the Twilight Forest tree, and or not Betweenlands tree, excuse me, and then Twilight Forest portal in here in the ground.
Yep.
Then we have my little row of decorative gravestones for Corrail's tombstone. The tree is actually not something I added, but I believe trees will naturally spawn near the the Betweenlands tree. So I have occasional tree growth that I have to cut back. This little bit of water was my original farm when I first moved into this place, and at the end of it is this stone chicken pit for when I was raising chickens up on the surface.
Yeah, and then you had your original house.
Yep, the little house. It's got the Tinker stuff next to it. It's got solar panels on top for some GP generation.
In your original pen.
Yes, the original sheep pen. Though I'll be honest, the chicken pit and sheep pen both had issues, I think, with the rifters stealing shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've still got some drying racks in here and a basic, tool bench and chest and furnace. But then we've got a couple of varieties of trees. I set up a farm for slime trees and
Give me
rubber
1
trees.
second. AP, hey! Welcome. Alright.
And I had to harvest nutmeg for
AP.
something.
Yeah, I think you needed it for cooking.
Yeah. And this was just normal tree harvesting, and there's the waystone, and then we've got the bewitchment area, which looks like hot garbage.
Well, it's because bewitchment is hot garbage.
Yes, trying to get enough power points generated by the ritual table was a pain. We've got my original mine shaft. I tend to do basically 3x3s descending one step each time I go down a block with a center that cuts all the way through to get me down to where I need to get my resources.
And then we have
Once you
our
get
experiment.
Yes, the dynamite experiment. Let's see. Is there anything else of note on the surface? Not especially. I did have a wide open area I cut down here because I was playing with those minesweeper puzzles that you can get.
Yeah.
And so I just made a big area where I could lay those out.
And then you had your slime trees.
Yes. Oh, and then we've got the Aurorian Moonlight Forge because I needed that for a quest. But that's all done now, so we can descend into the base. Oh, first, I guess, look up briefly. I do have 3 floating platforms, one of which is the Mystic Ag Growth platform that has all of the growth accelerators. And then I've got Astral Sorcery, which I barely even got into this time. And we have power generation over here, just things that need either wind or solar that I didn't want to put down low.
Yeah, we're just like, screw it, I'll put it way up here.
Yeah. And then now we can go down, down, down.
Why am I so much faster than you?
You probably turned off... no, your... Does yours have a hover mode?
My jetpack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you turn it off?
No, it's
Okay.
on.
Maybe the descent for the power armor was just faster. Mine descends fairly slowly.
Yeah.
Our
Our trade chests. Yep.
Yes, we have the row of trade chests. We have Pixie in a jar, and of course I have a huge series of crates because I like to sort things that I don't want to put in the ME system. I've got some extra trade crates that I made for a couple of our one-time associates.
Yep.
Little wall of trophies, just little things that I found, heads,
Uh-oh.
or
There it goes.
or little trophies that drop, or the things from the Twilight Forest. We've got the mob farm. I actually recently re-engineered this, so this is probably mob farm final form. I added 4 lights at a lower level. That way, when the lights are on, it really won't spawn anything under any circumstances.
Yeah, I noticed that. That works
Because
nice.
the ceiling lights weren't quite fully illuminating the floor. So, I also changed the cobblestone to this umber cobble from Erebus. Because silverfish cannot infect umber cobble.
Nice.
And then, of course, this is just the rig for sorting items. Everything comes out into one chest. There's filters and sorts, that get it to the next chest, and so on and so forth. Back up under here, I have spell books of the advanced level and some wands. This chest nearest to me is just empty because I was sorting some stuff. I have a huge number of magic crystals stored. And then this chest here before the magic crystals is for master spells.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was really farming those master spells.
And you
We
got
have
them all.
I basically had to spawn in the ones that do not spawn in the game because they're disabled. I've got this little side area for anything that requires a powered spawner. I believe it's currently set to the Bombardier Beetle from Erebus.
Oh, lovely.
Because anything with 800, with more than 800 hit points won't spawn in a mob duplicator.
Right.
And then I've got 2 captive wizards over here. And then we start in the magic section with the collection of spell books, the research table and scribing desk. We've got the arcane workbench. Just, the full magic setup.
Yeah.
And you know what? I haven't changed a spell in my wand for months because I'd found a mix that I like.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Extra crafting station. We've got a big box full of spell book or enchantment books. We've got dark steel upgrades.
Oof.
My anvil and grindstone, an enchanter.
Stonecutter.
Yeah.
Shipping
Then we've got
market.
the 2 PAMS items. just for trading seeds. We've got the lectern with the bestiary from Ice and Fire.
Cool.
Over here in between some of my crates, we've got basically the automatic fisher, and all of that stuff is being sorted and filtered. Basically, I think I'm keeping ink sacks, spell books, and the forever fish, and everything else is getting filtered. And then let's see what else we got on this wall. We have, of course, the flux storage and the flux controller. I did set up a system where I could put wood in this crate, and it'll go into the tree fluid extractors continuously to feed rubber out. But basically, here we're hitting the machine corner. I have energy cells from thermal that are feeding into just a giant wall of machines from other.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a giant fucking wall of machines.
And most of them are not set up to output into anything special, though a couple of them output into crates.
Looks like you have the basic factories though. You didn't go high end onto the factories like I did.
No, I think I did do a couple of upgraded ones in the basement just because I needed them for something, but for the most part, I did not.
You did the same power station I did, which was the one you recommended to me, the Mugmas.
Yes. So yeah, these are fully upgraded magmatic dynamos dumping power into the cube. They are water cooled. This is the enchanter from Extra Utilities, which is kind of neat, but doesn't count for the challenge of enchanting items, unfortunately.
That sucks.
We've
a cow pit.
got a cow pit that's automatically extracting milk into this cheese system, so I've got tons and tons of cheese. I had a little radioactive corner back here where I stored radioactives before we turned off the radiation features.
My god, that was broken as fuck.
Yep. And this, of course, is my original coke oven and all the creosote oil. We have a little magma pit for making demon ingots, because I think I forget if it's gold or what that you throw into magma and you get the demon ingots back.
Okay.
But then we've got the little kitchen area with all the tools and storage, plus a sandwich station, presser, and grinder from Pam's. We have the fields, yes. I used to have double level here, but I tore that down because it became unnecessary and I just didn't want to slow down the game. Everything here is automatically harvested and filtered into a crafter that crafts the essence into whatever it needs to be, and then that's basically run into this box, which is fed into the storage system.
You got rats.
Yes, I do have a cage of male rats and a cage of female rats, so they don't keep creating new rats. And then, of course, the rats upgrades and the upgrade combiner here.
Yeah.
This is my personal ender chest, so if I pick up stuff and I just want to send it into my simple storage system, I can put it in my satchel and it'll go into this, automatically get fed into this box, and then this actually isn't feeding into the storage system right now. This is so I can manually sort things, so I've got a bunch of stuff from Erebus in here and some bee stuff.
Yeah, I noticed. Enchanted voodoo poppet.
Yes.
Ugh.
But this is the simple storage system, so you've got basically your access right here, and it feeds into all these crates, and so you can access all of the stuff in that storage system, and then that connects to the wall of drawers, which this is my favorite storage mod. I think I like it better even than ME systems.
I feel like this is easier to build and maintain than the ME system.
It's definitely easier to build, and I think it's got some good quality of life features, but the really nice thing about it is if you see this gray thing here at the bottom center, that is the drawer controller, and I have that attached to both the simple storage system over there and my ME system. So from the remote for either one of those, I can access all of this.
Nice.
And anything I put in here, I've got it prioritized, so if there's a matching drawer for it, it will go into that drawer.
That's good. That's really
Yes. So yeah, I haven't used my ME system quite as heavily as you, just because I've had the drawers. I've got the little fossil set up here and the alternate market. Behind us here, I've got my between lands stuff. I've got my power generators. We've got the apiary, water filter, and well from Pam's.
good. Yep.
I started with a cauldron and a brewing stand. I think I only had to use it once or twice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you needed it often. You got the big multi-immersive block engineering crusher.
Because there's one kind of thing I needed for a quest item that I couldn't get any other way, so I had to build this bastard.
Jesus. And your wall of outfits.
The wall of outfits that I paused on, I still have some complete outfits I could put out here, but hey, it's Ramen making a cameo. Ramen added an alternate suit of his armor up here. This little back area is where I have my 10-10-10 Nether Star seeds, and generally is where I use to 10-10-10 any seed I want. This used to be my bewitchment ritual room, but I erased the chalk circles and just gave up on it once I got tired of dealing with it.
Oh yeah, you're like, F this noise.
This is a little side area just for storage for mods that I'm not really planning to use ever again. So stuff from these mods got shoved into this little side area.
It's like, never again.
This is an aversion obelisk designed to prevent certain kinds of spawns. I put in a soul from a rifter to theoretically prevent them from spawning within a couple hundred block radius. I don't think it works on rifters.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I haven't had any problem with them in a while.
Right.
So yeah, that's the main level that I dug out and thought was way too big. But then we've got the basement over here. And we've got the dimensional doorway, basically into the in-between dimension. That's how I accessed Limbo. The prize piece of bedrock that we got from one of the quests, I put here under obsidian in case I needed to make flux. We've got the dragon egg from the Ender Dragon.
And then glorious ME system.
Most of this is just the ME system, except, yeah, we've got auto crafting hooked up over here, so the ME system knows how to interact with all of these crafting machines to make components. And I set up this because I needed some components for one of the quests. Basically, it's the ore tripling setup, but you have to... I needed, some of the crystals for one of the advanced components, so that's why I set this up.
Your chicken pit.
The new chicken pit. I was working on the breeder challenge, but I still have a ways to go. And then we have the power array.
Yep.
So, in addition to the Mugma, this is continually generating gas-based power. This feeds into the ME system getting wheat and directing wheat into the crushing factory where it's crushed into biofuel. So it keeps bunches of biofuel that then get fed into the pressurized reaction chamber to make ethylene.
Nice.
And
crude oil.
Yes, I from harvesting oil all over the place. And then yeah, the big Tech Reborn crusher and grinder setup.
Neat.
Yeah. Still had some space to play around with here, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I know that there's more you can do with ME systems, but this feels like a good level for me, and I really didn't feel like I needed to go too much more in depth.
I didn't go too crazy with my ME system. When we get to my base, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
this is the branch that leads up to the drawer controller.
Nice. All right, so let us head to the
Indeed.
teleporter. Does this go up any further? No, probably not.
No, I have another upper over here though. So in front of the marketplace, you can get to the surface.
Alright. To the Waystone. To ramen.
Which one? Ah,
Alright.
ramen. Whee!
So it looks like Ramen was attempting to grow dragon egg seeds.
Nice.
So there's that. He had rats, and they're loose.
As long as he's told him to stay, that's fine.
He looks like he has his energy flux storage down here.
Nice.
So there's that. Targets. A lot of his stuff is outside.
I kind of love the way he co-opted a village building for his building and then just sort of built around that.
He's like, this is mine now. Eat it.
Mine now.
And the funny thing is, the guy who owned this building originally got killed. What the? Oh, dragon skulls.
Yes.
He started displaying all the dragons he kept fucking killing all the time.
Nice. He's got a drum. He's got the happy potato.
He's got his simple storage system.
Oh, yes.
Dragon
Very
head.
handy. I see his cockatrice out here.
Oh, his pet? Yeah, where is
Yes.
that pet? Oh, yep,
Right
there
here.
it is. He's the only one that tamed an animal successfully.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I might have tamed a camel. We've got his launch pad, of course, that's visible.
Yep,
Because Ramen headed up our space program.
yep. We're not going to check out his space bases.
No, we don't need to head back to space.
I don't want to lag to death.
Yeah. But, yeah, he had a nice, good location here.
Over here,
right where
he had his chicken shrine.
Well, he didn't build that.
No, it was spawned here, but he still
Yes.
he co-opted it,
Yes. The chicken shrine.
which summoned the mighty chicken god.
Yes.
Oh, that was fun. But
And I remember, yeah, there was a dragon here in this redwood forest not too far from his place that I had to deal with at one point. But yeah, I mean, he basically sort of co-opted the village and made it his own. He's got some creative tech setups that I like, and of course I really appreciate all his work on the space program, because that would have been exhausting.
yeah, he was our explorer.
Yes.
He would go out and explore and do things, and that was his job, and that was cool, and I appreciate that. Then we got Anne.
All right.
Anne's garden.
I'll hit my warp speed and zip on over there.
Oh, you don't have her waystone, do you?
I do, but honestly, by the time I get to the waystone, it's going to be about the same amount of time.
All right.
It's more fun to make the game struggle to load blocks for me.
Oh, there you are.
Yes. So yes, Anne has the garden spot here, because she is literally in a flower field biome.
Yeah. She did a lot of animals, a variety of colors.
Yes, I see that.
We built her a water wheel for what little power she needed.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't need a lot.
No, she wasn't running a bunch of machines.
And she had a massive Pam's garden.
Yeah.
She had every plant in the game, excluding the essence plants.
Right, yeah.
So
All the conventional plants.
yeah, she had all the conventional plants, and she used the worms.
Yep.
And then inside, she has a grinder, a presser, the seed analyzer, cookies.
I like the color of her cabinets.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna love that then later. And then she has her basement, which she just used for storage and basic design.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever set up her simple storage stuff, even though we gave her the materials to do it.
That's all right.
Yep. And then upstairs she has a bed.
Keeping it simple.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep, with a candle in the center, and she put those cherry trees here.
Uh-huh.
Because her goal was to hopefully get butterflies. She wanted all the butterflies like I had.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
That's weird.
Not to the extent I got it. Like, she got one or two butterflies here and there, but it wasn't like mine, where it was just like they were fucking everywhere.
Is she in a loaded chunk here? Do you know?
She was for a while, and then we unloaded all the chunks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's claimed, but the cherry trees aren't even claimed. It looks like.
Are they not?
No, I'm looking at the claim map.
Okay.
But I'm guessing one of the reasons she might not have gotten the butterflies to the full extent is, you know, not having these chunks loaded. So, like, yours are loaded, or were loaded, so stuff could generate even while you were offline, potentially.
Yeah, and she had that village nearby she traded with a lot.
Yeah.
So that was her shtick. Alright, on to Ruby's home.
Indeed.
So this is the dungeon base I started in.
Let me pop over there. And...
Oh yeah, it cost us 1 level of XP. Whoa.
I just used the teleport in journey map, because you can teleport to waypoints.
That works.
But yes, you've got... Is this like a reformed dungeon house?
Yeah, it's a reformed dungeon house.
Yeah.
That was my starting base. Complete with carrots, wheat, and a little bit of essence and hemp. Then I planted these cherry trees. I chopped down a couple, and they just had so many fucking butterflies.
A couple here.
All of these buildings here came from capsules.
Yes, you were the one that got to play around with capsules the most.
Yeah. And some of them were really well designed. Like, this big farmhouse was amazing. I love it. Same thing with this little small one. This little house would have been amazing to get early on.
Yep.
Because that would have been a nice house to have.
Yep.
The library was kind of crap. And these nether houses were shit. Because they had sunlight, and the nether didn't want to grow in them.
Yep.
So I repurposed them as trading depots.
Yes, as storage for your kidnapping victims.
Hey, no, they're trading depots. Let's be precise. Sure. I did play with the giant chance cubes, and I got one of the big-ass houses, so I put it here.
Yep.
I got a windmill, a water wheel, a little bit of solar.
I have to say, you played with a chance cube closer to your base than I would have been willing to do.
Well, the thing of the matter is, this chance cube was like... I activated it like about here.
Uh-huh.
This is roughly where I was activating them.
So you're about 4 or 5 chunks from your base.
Yeah. And because that's why I went out into the middle of the tree mangrove. I tested to see how far of a distance they would cover.
Yeah.
And they never went more than 4 chunks.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's safe.
Probably pretty safe.
Yep.
Unless it spawns like a nasty boss like the Wither or something.
Then I got my Mugmas here, which also randomly spawned a llama.
Interesting.
He just spawned on his own, naturally.
Okay.
So every now and then I get llama fur.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay. I have my trapped troll here. He spawned here, like this.
Yeah.
So that was fun. The burnt tree. Now this hillside, by the way, up here, was an enemy knight base. Like bandits and stuff from Ancient Warfare.
Okay.
And I killed them all.
Yep.
Over
Nice.
here, yep. Over here was
Totemic?
Totemic, and I never want to fucking ever touch this again.
Nope.
Because, god damn it. And it causes these little bastards to show up more often.
The owls?
No, not just the owl. Look over here. On this tree.
Oh.
The ravens from Bewitchment also show up around Totemic.
Neat.
Because it forces birds to spawn more often.
Gotcha.
So I was like, well, shit. Then, of course, we got nature's aura everywhere, which is these beautiful ancient trees.
Yep. We've got the bees.
The bees. Not the bees!
All the bees.
And my bee experimentation shit.
Yep.
My auto fisher, which I disconnected because I was sick and tired of getting random shit.
Yep.
My infinite mana pool.
Yeah, the Botania setup.
Like, I needed this to get Botania done. Because, Christ. My surface fields. Some more Botania stuff over here.
Yep.
My rice fields, when I still had the not fountain, sprinklers.
Yep.
We got rid of that. I will say the castle is not perfectly to my design. I feel like in the 112 2-pack I did a better castle.
Looks good, though.
Yeah, it looks okay. Like, I feel like I could have done better. I need to do a better design next time.
Yeah.
It's something I need to work on.
You want to start at the ground floor, or do you want to start at the top and work our way down?
You know what? Let's start way at the top and work our way down.
All right.
Alright, so the surface here was just the tower. So
Yep.
there's that. And somewhere around here, there's the door. I was like, I know I have a door. Lots of arcane lamps everywhere.
Yep.
Eventually, upstairs, I was going to put a bed up here. I just never got
Nice.
around to it. So I never got to decorating those floors. I kind of makeshift put a bed here with my 2 happy potatoes I randomly got.
Yep.
And my coffin.
And your coffin.
Back when I
your
was a vampire. Yep.
Your goth phase.
My goth phase. And
Bookshelves.
yeah, my random assortment of books from my library. I think I had more assorted books than you and Ramen did. But
Probably.
you guys were more focused.
Yeah.
And
And I
then-
see we've got the vampire altar.
Yep. This was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I remember you kind of going through it, trying to figure out what the right arrangement was.
Yeah.
It was tricky.
It was an amazing pain in the ass, and the sheer amount of blood, which, by the way, is in this box over here,
Yeah.
is insane. I'm fairly certain you have to drain the population of a large metropolitan area.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get down. It's not letting me down.
You can get between the teeth of the
Yeah.
thing.
So this is the Thaumcraft shit I did experiment with that I had to do for
Yep.
some of the quests.
Yep.
And I still haven't finished Thaumcraft, and I never will on this pack. My spell equipment list, which is nowhere near as comprehensive as yours.
I went a little nuts there.
Yeah, but I did go into the Botania stuff way more than you did. And I went nuts for
Oh
that.
yes.
The portal to Elfenheim.
Yes.
So there is that. Outside is more of the... This is my porch.
Yep.
A
Little
porch there.
balcony there.
Yep. And then this is like the brewing stand, sure
Yeah.
condiments, all that shit.
Yes.
For Wizard
Your
Bob's.
magic area.
Yep. Down here is more Thaumcraft. Then we got the water for... I think this was... God damn, what was it for? Botania.
This looks Botania.
That was the Botania water one that I started with. Tinkers, the coke oven, the blast furnace. Some
Yeah.
of my tech was up here. Not all of it, but some.
Just some basic processing.
Yeah. The Empower I had to put up here, as well as the Atomic Reconstructor.
Yeah, I never bothered to build one of those. Every time I needed something it made, I just would go to a village that had one and just use that one.
The coloration is not my choice.
I mean, the cabinets look fine. The pink refrigerator stands out a little
Yeah,
bit.
blame Anne.
Yeah, I know. But, excuse me. Nice
Yeah, for the
extended
viewers,
kitchen.
she would constantly sneak into my house and dye shit. Whether it was my
Yeah.
bed, my cabinets, whatever she could paint. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed over anything with Botania, you have that little glowy thing.
Yeah.
That's called a spark.
Okay.
It allows you to wirelessly move mana
Neat.
without having to point a mana spreader at it.
Yeah. And I see you've got your power armor table over here
Yep.
and your ME interface as an extension at least to here.
Yeah, this is the first floor where the ME system starts appearing. So, more Mugmas.
Whoop. I didn't move far enough. Right. Hit up.
More Mugmas.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Anne's messaging me. She goes, it was harmless. I never destroyed anything or tried to trap anything.
We've got more capture space here.
I did have quite a bit of animals here, but
Yep.
unfortunately, when we found out about our radiation problem,
Yes.
everything died. And I mean everything.
So let's see. We've got your tree fluid extractor. We've got an auto workbench. Some GP generation.
Yep.
And then I see...
Over,
Oh, that's an extension of the ME system there.
yeah. Over here would be the 4 places where I'd put dudes.
Yes, the involuntary conscripted merchants.
Yes. The merchants that I hired, including the the blood ones. That was my old mine. It went all the way down, but
Yep.
I covered it up, and this is the next floor where most of my tech is.
Yeah, so tons of vendor chests, a large ME system. You got some auto crafting going on here.
Yeah,
What the hell?
that
Totem
was where
poles.
my buffaloes were,
Ah, I see.
and
You've
this
got
was
some-
this is where the eagles were before they glowed in
Yeah.
the dark.
That just makes them more American.
Ouch. My Mugmatic, but I took some of them and I cooled them with cryotheum,
Yep.
just as an experiment.
I see we've got the original mob spawner back here.
Yeah, I never really messed with it.
Yeah. Well, we had some trouble with it because it ran away from us once. We had
Yeah.
to take care of it.
I sell power to the
Yep.
game, and that's where most of my money comes from. I don't know why that one's lit up. It's literally not providing any power.
Huh. Neat.
Then I have the work table for forestry there.
Yeah.
And then my wall of elite factories.
Yes.
Because I got tired of waiting for shit.
Yeah. Understandable.
And then my massive essence fields, which I ended up having to demolish
Yeah.
for server lag. On the upside, it is now being consumed by these things.
Crystals.
Yeah.
Neat.
I've kind of left them be and just let them just say, fuck it, go nuts. And I'm going to see if eventually the entire field gets consumed by crystal.
Right on.
But that goes all the way down this way. Like, always. Until eventually it hits this area.
Yeah.
Which, remember those chance cubes on the surface?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was going to
it's-
say that this looks like Chance Cube territory.
Yeah, that's what happened with chance cubes. The chance cubes went to town. It was like,
Let's see. Is there? There should be at least one more layer with the reactor, right?
Yep, the next layer down.
Ah, okay, a hole in the corner. I will descend.
Yep, I went down the hole in the middle. So here are my computer banks in the center here.
Oh, I can't go down the hole in the side because there's a glass thing that's actually
Whoops.
not pass-throughable.
My
Let me
bad.
join you.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's the ME system.
I cannot get down right now.
No, you gotta go down the ME system hole.
Oh, okay.
I never made a floor.
Ah, yes. So you've got a dungeon entrance here.
Yeah, which is... Yeah.
You actually cut right through the dungeon to build this. That's neat.
Yeah.
You've got your huge banks full of bees.
Yeah, multiple banks. Jesus Christ. And then the monstrosity that basically killed everything within 100 chunk radius.
Well, maybe not 100 chunks, but definitely
quite a bit.
Definitely a wide area.
Okay, put it this way: it affected everything almost up to Ramen's town.
I was going to say that Ramen's probably. Well, see, I'm within 100 chunks of you, so I don't think it got to me.
Well, let me see. Where is Ramen's? Ramen's base is 558 meters.
So that's 558 blocks. So divide that by 16. So you're looking at 30-some chunks.
And you're 341. For some reason, it didn't affect you, but it almost affected him. It affected some of the animals and killed them with radiation.
Wow.
Near his base. I think yours got lucky and didn't get it because they weren't loaded in when this thing went full on.
That's quite possible.
That's the only thing I can think of. And
wow.
All of these scrubbers, you see how many goddamn scrubbers there are?
Yep.
This was not enough.
Nope.
And I'm like, how the fuck is this not enough? Like, seriously.
Yeah, it's astounding.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a monumental engineering project for us. It was fun. I do think we have some thoughts about how MC Eternal could be better, some things they could drop, some things they could add, some things they could stabilize.
This is one of them.
We'll have to talk about it, but yeah, the reactor stuff is a big part of that.
Yeah. Good gods.
All right. Well, we're actually getting fairly close to 9 o'clock now, and we've finished the tour, and we've finished the quests. I am going to teleport to my home with /home.
Yep, I am gonna pull up the Twitch if I can. Not choke on my fucking lung. Ah. Oh my god, who is doing what today?
I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from the Minecraft.
I'm gonna do the same. Go to just chatting. Alright, let's see who we got. Because there's a bunch of people on now on my list, because my list has gotten much bigger now. Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars Battlefront. A lot of people playing Call of Duty and Fortnite. That's like very popular lately. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Holy crap, Kimmery's not playing the pirate game for once. She's playing Phasmophobia.
Well, variety is the spice of life.
Oh yeah. Someone's playing World of Warcraft. God damn.
Well, I am going to head off so I can go get me a drink and catch up, but I will hang around to lurk in whoever's stream that you choose.
Yeah, and I'm gonna install Stellaris, and then we'll talk and figure out what we're doing with it. I'll probably look at some mods and see if there's anything that stands out. If you have any suggestions, by all means, send them my way.
I'm playing vanilla right now to try it out with all these mods. It's a lot, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not mods, with all these
Expansions.
DLCs.
Yeah. Expansions. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I will disconnect and hang around and lurk for whoever you pick.
Okay.
Talk to you in a bit.
All right. Waste. Oh man, there's just I don't know who to pick today. I'm trying to figure out who. There's Anti-Null. Oh, Anti-Null's doing Among Us. I haven't done Anti-Null in a while. It's once we get past the ad, I can look. Alright. So I want to thank everybody who showed up. Oh yeah, I want to make sure I note this. It's X Play Box Station. Also from the village. Alright, so if you are, by the way, a follower, by all means, please use the following message. If you are a subscriber, please, by all means, use the following message because we're going to show Anti-Null some love. He's playing some Among Us, which means he's trying to stab his friends in the back. Alright. Tomorrow is Tabletop Tuesday, where we'll be talking about some D&D stuff. And as some of you have missed, we found some interesting things out about a guy who wants to remake 5th Ed, and we got some thoughts on that. So, with that being said, please make sure you're taking care of yourselves both mentally and physically. That is very important. You are cared for. You are loved. And with that being said, remember, it is always time for tea in the tavern. So, by all means, enjoy it. All right? I will catch you tomorrow. Toodles.